की जय।
जय
नवदीप मायापुर धाम की जय।
जय
गंगा माई की जय।
जय
यमुना माई की जय।
जय
भक्ति देवी की जय।
जय
श्री महारानी की जय।
जय
हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय।
जय
समवेत भक्त वृंद की जय।
जय
गौर प्रेमानंदे।
हरे
All glories to assembled devotees.
हरे कृष्ण
All glories to assembled devotees.
हरे कृष्ण
All glories to assembled devotees.
हरे कृष्ण
All glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga.
जय
All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to Srila Gurudev.
जय हरे
Hare Krishna, everyone. Welcome all this morning for the Bhagavatam class. Mataji, will you please share the screen? Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. So we are on Canto 3rd, Chapter 3, and we'll be doing verse number 8 and verse number 9 today. So first, I will start with the verse number 8, and then we'll continue reading. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय
आसां मुहूर्त एकस्मिन् नानागारेषु योषिताम् सविधं जग्रहे पाणिन् अनुरूप स्वमायया. I will recite one more time. आसां मुहूर्त एकस्मिन् नानागारेषु योषिताम् सविधं जग्रहे पाणिन् अनुरूपः स्वमायया. Anyone would like to recite this verse?
आसां मुहूर्त एकस्मिन् नानागारेषु योषितां सविधं जगृहे पाणिन् अनुरूप स्वमायया.
Thank you, Prabhu. Anyone else?
आसमुहूर्त एकस्मिन् नानागारेषु योषितां साविधां जगृहे पाणिन् अनुरूपः स्वमयायया.
हरे कृष्ण. असामा मुहूर्ता एकस्मिन् नगारेषु योषितं सविधं जागृहे पाणिन् अनुरूपाः समायाया. हरे कृष्ण.
Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
आसामुहूर्त एकस्मिन् नानागारेषु योषितां साविधं जगृहे पाणिन् अनुरूपः स्वमायया.
Hare Krishna. So we'll move to the synonyms now. Asam, all those. Muhurate, at one time. Ekasmin, simultaneously. Nana agareshu, in different compartments. Yoshitam, of the women. Savidham, with perfect rituals. Jagrahe, accepted. Panin, hands. Anurupaha, exactly to match. Swamayaya, by his internal potencies. Translation. All those princesses were lodged in different apartments, and Lord simultaneously assumed different bodily expansions exactly matching each and every princess. He accepted their hands in perfect rituals by his internal potency. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. In the Brahma Samhita 533, the Lord is described as followed in regard to his innumerable plenary expansions. Advaitam Achutam Anadim Anantarupam Adyam Purana Purusham Navayovanam Cha. वेदेषु दुर्लभम् अदुर्लभम् आत्मभक्तौ गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि. The Lord Govinda, whom I worship, is the original personality of Godhead. He is non-different from his innumerable plenary expansions, who are all infallible, original, and unlimited, and who have eternal forms. Although he is primeval, the oldest personality, he is always fresh and young. By his internal potency, the Lord can expand himself into various personalities of Swayam Prakash and again into Prabhav and Vaibhav forms. And all of them are non-different from one another. The forms into which the Lord expanded to marry the princesses in different apartments were all slightly different just to match each and every one of them. They are called Vaibhav Vilas, forms of the Lord, and are affected by his internal potency, Yogamaya. We'll move on to text 9. तास्वपत्यान्यजनयत् आत्मतुल्यानि सर्वतः एकैकस्यां दश दश प्रकृतिर्विबुभूषया. Synonyms: Tasu, unto them, apatyani, offspring, ajanayat, begot, atmatulyani, all like himself, sarvatah, in all respects, eka ekasyam, in each and every one of them, dasha 10, dasha 10, prakrate, for expanding himself, vibhubhushaya, so desiring. Translation: just to expand himself according to his transcendental features, the Lord begot in each and every one of them 10 offsprings with exactly his own qualities. Hare Krishna. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः. श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं. नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने. नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे. हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते. तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद. हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, all devotees, to this morning Srimad Bhagavatam class. I seek blessings from all assembled Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis to give blessings to me so that I can read something and discuss something, whatever I've learned. And if any shortcomings are there, that's completely my fault. So please forgive me in advance for that. So we are on Canto 3rd, chapter number 8, chapter number 3, and verse number 8 and 9. So hearing Srimad Bhagavatam is very important, we all know. And in Bhagavatam, Canto 1, chapter 2, verse 18, it said, Nashtu Prayashva Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavat Sevaya. So Nityam Bhagavat Sevaya, like everyday reading Srimad Bhagavatam, is very important for our devotional life. And Srila Prabhupada, that's why introduced these morning Bhagavatam classes for all devotees, because it is a very important part of our devotional life. And what happens when we hear Srimad Bhagavatam every day? Two things happen. All the anarthas are destroyed, and loving service is established as an irrevocable effect. So with that beginning, we'll move on to the today's verse and discussion. So here we are on the pastime of Narkasur, and we are seeing from previous chapter number 2 of this canto 3, and the current chapter also, we are seeing Lord Krishna's pastimes are going on. Usually we read Krishna's pastime in canto 10. Yeah, we read all the 9 cantos, and then we reach canto 10, and we get to see, we get to hear, we get to read, we get to relish all these beautiful pastimes of Krishna. But here in canto 3, we see a very summarized version of many pastimes are there. How come they are here? How come they reach here in canto 3? You might all be knowing the reason how Vidura, who was insulted by Duryodhan, and after that he left Hastinapur and went on pilgrimage. And when he went on pilgrimage, he visited very numerous holy sites, and he met Uddhava, who is cousin brother of Krishna. And Vidura very eagerly inquired from to Uddhava about Krishna, his various family members, and his dear devotees Pandavas. And when Uddhava was questioned by Vidura about Krishna and Balaram, all of a sudden Uddhava started feeling feelings of separation from Krishna, and he started remembering the pastimes of Krishna. And he was in so much ecstasy that initially he couldn't speak anything. He just remained quiet for one Mahurata. It's mentioned in Bhagavatam that for one Mahurata he just remained silent. He was in ecstasy, and one Mahurata is 48 minutes. And then he started narrating the pastimes of Krishna. In chapter number 2, we saw the pastimes of Vrindavan, how Krishna appeared, how he killed Putana, how the Kaliya Daman Leela happened, how the Ras Leela happened, how Govardhan Leela happened. So many pastimes were narrated in a very summarized form by Uddhava to Vidura. This chapter is about pastimes of Lord outside Vrindavan, that is in Mathura and Dwarka. So in Mathura, we have already covered how Krishna killed Kamsa, and then he went for education in Gurukul, in ashram of Sandipani Muni. And then the kidnapping of Rukmini Mata and some other pastimes we have covered. But now we are on the pastime of Narkasur. Narkasur, who is Narkasur? He is the son of Lord Varahadev and Mother Bhumi Mata. When Lord Varahadev appeared to lift the earth from Garbhodaka ocean with the contact of Lord Varahadev and Mother Bhumi, this person, Bhaumasur, was born. And yesterday we discussed how, in spite of being the son of Lord himself, Varahadev himself, and Bhumi Devi, due to bad association, this person, Narkasur, became a Asura. Otherwise, how a person who is born from Lord himself, Krishna himself, can become Asura? But due to bad association, and that was discussed yesterday. An example was, we discussed the example that how a good person can turn bad in association of bad association, and how even a Asura person born in an Asura family can become a devotee by good association. So birth is not just the criteria. There are many other factors, and association is one of the important factor in deciding how the person will be. And one such example, like we yesterday see how Prahlad Maharaj, who was born in the family of Hiranyakashipu, became a devotee by association of Narad Muni. And one such example also coming to my mind is Kekai, who was very affectionate towards Lord Ram. But due to constant association of mantra, her mind changed. And we see what happened in the pastime of Ramayana, how she became, how she changed. So this Bhamasura, he became like a asura in the association of other asuras, and he became very powerful. Asuras become very powerful sometimes. And he, by force, took what he did? He took the earrings of Mother Aditi and umbrella of Varun Dev. And he also conquered the portion of heavenly mount, the mountain in Mount Meru, the heavenly Mount Meru. So he was doing this all forcefully, not like they were giving to him, but he was doing forcefully. That is the demonic mentality. They want to have things which doesn't belong to them. They just want to get things. They don't belong to them, but they take them by force. This is the demonic mentality. And this Bhamasu did the same. And Indra, when all this was happening, he was very disturbed and he went to Lord Krishna and told him about this situation, what is happening. So Lord Krishna, along with his wife Satyabhama, they sat on back of whom? Garuna, and they flew to Prag Jyotishpur, which is the capital city of Bhamasur. Usually, we see when someone goes for a fighting or a war, a female doesn't go with him. All the kings, whenever they go for fight, some war, only they go. The female, the queens usually don't go with them. But here we see Satyabhama also went with the Lord. It's very surprising here. And I also remember, like in Ramayana, also one time, uh, Dashrath, Maharaj Dashrath went for war and Kekai went for him, went with him. Other than that, there might be some instances, but not coming to my mind right now. But it's very not common that a female is going with person for fighting. So they reached the city, and the city was not easy to enter. It was very well protected from all sides. Hmm. Like there was a water around, then electrical wires, and gaseous substances, then so many things were there around the city to protect the city so that nobody could enter. And there was a person named Mura also standing there, five-headed person, demon Mura. But Lord Krishna, he could enter. He nullified all the obstacles which were there while entering, and he also killed this five-headed demon Mura, and that's why he's called Murari. And after he killed this Mura, his sons, the Mura's sons, he had 7 sons. They came being angry because their father was killed. They came and they fought with Lord, but they were also killed by the Lord. They were also killed by the Lord. And then after this, Bhumi Devi came and prayed to Lord Krishna. She offered him Vajanti Mala, garland of Vajanti flowers, and she returned back the things which her son Narkasur, Bhamasur took. What were those? The earrings of Mother Aditi and Varun Dev's umbrella. She returned all those things to him, and Krishna, of course, will give them back to Indra. That is also there. But after Bhumi Devi's prayer, elaborately mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam, she prayed to Lord, and then Lord was pleased with her, and instead of him conquering that kingdom, he gave that kingdom to the son of Bhamasur, which is Bhagadatta. And he entered the palace. After that, he entered the palace where we are in currently, we are in this pastime right now, where he entered the palace of Bhamasur. As soon, this palace was very opulent. It was not like a simple place. All kind of opulences were present there. And when he entered the palace, what he saw? 16,100 young princesses. How come they reached there? They were kidnapped by Bhamasur. Kidnapping. Usually, the demoniac people, they have this kind of mentality. Take other person, like a girl's or other person's wife, and kidnap them, and they wanted to have for their own sense gratification. We saw how Ravana kidnapped Mother Sita. So this is a demonic mentality. And when Lord Krishna entered there, he saw all those 16,100 princesses. And when those princesses saw Lord Krishna, they were so much happy because they were in custody of this Asura. And a girl being in custody of Asura is not very good thing because nobody is going to accept them later on. Even if somehow they reach their father's home now, nobody is going to marry them. That was the custom. So when they saw Lord Krishna, they were so much happy and they were so much captivated by his beauty. They, inside their mind, they accepted Krishna as their husband. Inside their mind, as soon as they saw him. And Krishna also sitting as Paramatma in everyone's heart. Krishna knows each and every thought which come to our mind, whatever we think. So we should be very careful what we desire within our heart, because Krishna knows each and every single desire of ours. So these girls, these princesses, desired Krishna as their husband. And Krishna, sitting in the heart, saw their desire and saw that how they're so much devoted and how they have offered their hearts to me. So Krishna, seeing their uncontaminated desire, agreed to accept them as his wives. This is the mercy of Krishna. This is the mercy of Krishna. These girls, these princesses, were in custody of a demon and they had no shelter. They had nobody because nobody is going to accept them now. So Krishna is called Artha Bandhu. This is the term referred in the previous verse. As soon as they saw Krishna, they saw him that this is the person who is all in all, and we are surrendering him. And whoever surrenders to Krishna, Krishna accepts them. That is the beautiful nature of Krishna. If someone surrenders to him, Krishna accepts him without any questioning. Yeah, we have seen various pastimes in Srimad Bhagavatam, how various devotees they have surrendered to Krishna, and in spite of the shortcomings, there were some shortcomings, but still, when they surrender, Krishna doesn't look at the faults. Krishna sees that this person has come to me, has taken my shelter. This is the merciful nature of Krishna. We have seen how he delivered Putana. She came with the poison, but still he delivered Putana. Merciful nature of Krishna. So Krishna accepted all these princesses as his wives. And one person marrying so many girls, yeah, so many princesses, it's not, how can one person do? Usually in marriage, a girl is there or a boy is there and then marry. But one person married 16,100 princesses. How is it possible? For this, we need to know that this is not possible for an ordinary person. For what about 16,100? Even if there are 16 million or 16 billion, Krishna can do anything. So we need to understand who Krishna is. What is Krishna's position? Because usually we see people question about these things. Why did Krishna marry so many girls? Why did Krishna do Rasalila pastime? Or different leelas are being questioned by various people who don't know about Krishna. And without knowing about Krishna, they make such foolish questions. So, how Krishna did? How Krishna married all those girls? By his internal potency, he expanded himself into those many forms, 16,100 expansions of Krishna. at one time, not like one after another, but simultaneously at one time, all of them he did. And at one time only, at one time, he married all of them in different palaces. That's what is said in the purport by Srila Prabhupada, under translation also. Simultaneously, he married all of them by expanding himself into 16,100 forms. So, not only that, when he was marrying in different palaces, all those, even his relatives were, Devaki Mata and other relatives were present in all those palaces in each marriage. And they're happening simultaneously, not like one after another. So, many times Krishna has expanded himself like this. Yeah, we have seen the pastime of Rasalila, in which Krishna placed himself between two gopis, and all he was there with all the gopis. He expanded himself into those many gopis. This can be only done by Krishna. Any other pastime where Krishna has expanded? We see Brahma Vimohan Leela, in which in which Lord Brahma stole the cowherd boys and the calves. Yeah. And in that, what Krishna did? That time also, Krishna expanded himself into those many cowherd boys and calves. And Brahma was illusion. We'll see how Brahma got disturbed. How can this happen? So Krishna, it's possible for Krishna to do anything. Many other places, Krishna has shown his expansions. Sometimes he look exactly as he is, like in a as a Krishna two-arm form with a flute. But there are other expansions where Krishna doesn't look same, like we see Lord Balaram. He is also expansion of Krishna, but he doesn't look same. He's like a spring cloud. Complexion is like a spring cloud, and he has a different mood. So Krishna can do in any way. Sometimes expansions are exactly same like him, same features, same mood, everything same. And sometimes it can be different also. And there are various terms given by acharyas for these expansions. And they are mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela in detail about those terms, Prabhav Prakash, Vaibhav Prakash. So we are not going into those details. I just wanted to touch that part, that Krishna expand in various ways, which a normal human nobody can do actually. Yeah. So we have seen some pastimes where Krishna expanded, and there are many others. We are not going to all those, but there are many others. And in one of the purport, in Bhagavatam, Srila Prabhupada mentioned that even a perfect yogi can also expand. Yeah. So someone might question, what about Krishna? Special about Krishna? Even the yogis can expand. But Srila Prabhupada mentioned in that the yogi can expand himself up to 8 or 9 forms, not more than that. Not like how Krishna did, 16,000 or innumerable forms. And there's no count. So yogi, even if someone is yogi, he can do up to 8 or 9 forms. Any example? Yes, there is example of Shobhari Muni in Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 9, where he himself expanded into 8 expansions. This is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 9. There is a pastime of Shobhari Muni, how he was doing tapasya underwater and he saw some fishes. They were having some sexual relationship and he got affected and he came out with that desire. And we'll see, for detail, we can go to that pastime and see and how he expanded into 8 expansions. And in Bhagavatam, Canto 3rd, there is a pastime of Kardama Muni. Kardama Muni also he married the Devahuti, who is the daughter of Swambhu Manu. And he married Devahuti on the condition that unless he gives sufficient children to his wife, he will not leave her. And then in Srimad Bhagavatam, it is referred that he expanded himself into 9 and begotten 9 daughters. This is a pastime in Bhagavatam, Canto 3. So Krishna can expand into innumerable forms. There is no count. We cannot even count. But even a yogi, as Prabhupada mentioned, can do only up to 8 or 9 expansions, not more than that. So Krishna, being the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he has no limitations. A person, even if a yogi or someone, has some limitations, but Krishna has no limitations. Srila Prabhupada, in the purport of 3.3.8, he starts with the verse from Brahma Samhita. What is the verse? Uh, we see the verse here. We have the verse here, and in the verse, Srila Prabhupada is Lord Brahma is giving about details about Krishna. Advaitam, Achutam, Anadim, Anantarupam, Adyam, Purana Purusham, Navayovanam cha, Vedeshu Durlabham, Adurlabham, Atma Bhaktav, Govindam Adi Purusham, Tamaham Bhajami. This is who Krishna is. Yeah. Lord Brahma, who is the first living entity and who got knowledge from Krishna himself. From Krishna himself. Krishna transferred the knowledge in his heart. And he is telling Advaitam. Krishna is Advaitam, one without second. There is no one equal to Krishna, no one greater than Krishna. Krishna is only one. Although, if he wants, he can expand himself. It's his desire. So, otherwise, he's just one. If he wants to make his replica, he can do, like we see how he expands himself. Achyutam, he is unfallible. He never fails to protect his devotees. These are all qualities of Krishna. We can understand Krishna by seeing this verse itself. Anadim, beginningless, unborn. We celebrate Janmashtami, which is, some people call it the birthday of Krishna. But Krishna as such has no birth. He's unborn. He's present. He's eternal. He was present when no one was there, before the creation, and even after everything is over, after the creation ends, he will be still here. So he's unborn, beginningless. Ananta Rupam, endless forms. Krishna can expand himself into endless forms. Krishna, from the body of Krishna, innumerable planets come, and he can also himself expand into various forms. Various means innumerable forms. We see various avatars of Krishna, Matsya, Kurma, Varaha, Nrsingadev, and special forms which no one can think. Half man, half lion. Varahadev, Kurma, special, and these are the some names. There are endless names are there, which we even don't know. Some we know, very little we know, but we don't know all of them. Adyam, origin of all. He is the cause of all causes. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna has said many times that Aham Sarvasya Prabhavo. Everything is coming from me. I am the cause of all causes. That is Adyam. Purana Purusham. He is the primeval person, the oldest person. He is the oldest person. But do we see Krishna as an old person? Like a beard or a white hair? No. Krishna is always youth, Navyavanam. There are 3 phases, like until 5 is the Komar, then 5 to 10 is the Poganda, and then 10 till 15 is the Kishora, and then after that 15 plus, that is the Yavanam. And Krishna remains at that age. He never grows beyond that. So that's why he's called Navyavanam. Vedeshu Durlabham. If someone thinks that by studying the Vedas, I can understand Krishna, yes, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Vedeshcha Sarvar Aham Veda Vedyo. By Vedas, I am supposed to be known. In Bhagavad Gita 15:15, Krishna says that. But here, Lord Brahma is saying difficult to attain by Vedas. Is it contradictory? No. If someone tries to study Vedas by his own intelligence without having any bhakti, any devotion, then they cannot understand Krishna. Only in the next slide, Lord Brahma says, Adurlabham Atma Bhaktav, easy to attain by pure devotees, pure devotion. For just mere studying Vedas, it is Durlabham, hard, difficult to understand, if no devotion is there. But if there's a devotion, then it is very easy to understand Krishna. Adurlabham Atma Bhaktav. So, Krishna can be understood. All these pastimes, whatever we are reading in Srimad Bhagavatam, can be understood only by devotion. If there is no devotion, it is, if we just, if someone is very scholarly, just reading Vedas or scriptures just for increasing the knowledge, they can never understand Krishna. They can never understand these pastimes of Krishna, what we are reading just now. So, to understand Krishna, we need only through bhakti, only through devotion. And Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upyantite. When someone do service with love and devotion, priti purvakam, what happens? Krishna gives them intelligence by which they can come to me. Krishna is saying that, dadami buddhi yogam tam. I give them intelligence by which they can come to me. So, love and devotion is the important factor in studying Srimad Bhagavatam. And when we do devotional service with love and devotion, Krishna reveals himself to us. And there are many pastimes. One such pastime I want to mention is of Dhruva Maharaj. Dhruva Maharaj, we saw how he left his father's place, being insulted by his mother Suruchi, and he met Narad Muni, and Narad Muni instructed him, becoming his spiritual master. And after that, Dhruva Maharaj did devotional service, whatever Narad Muni instructed him, for 6 months. And after 6 months, he was able to have darshan of Supreme Lord. Dhruva Maharaj was very regretting so much that what he was desiring, why he did the devotional service. But Krishna was pleased with his devotional service. And Dhruva Maharaj, now he wanted to offer prayers to the Lord. But he doesn't have any knowledge, any grammatical poetry or any Sanskrit. He doesn't have that time. What Krishna did, being pleased by his devotional service, he just touched the conch shell on his head. And all the knowledge, all the Vedic knowledge, scriptural knowledge, Dhruv Maharaj got. And he started offering prayers to the Lord, which are mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam. So we see, with love and devotion, Krishna revealed all the knowledge to him. We see there are more examples. One such example also is of, in Bhagavatam Canto 10, is the wives of the Brahmanas. In Bhagavatam Canto 10, there's a pastime where the cowherd boys were hungry, and Lord Krishna and Balram told them to go to the Brahmanas nearby who were offering doing some Vedic sacrifices. So these cowherd boys went to Krishna and Balram, and they asked for the food because they were hungry. And they told them that we are here and Krishna Balram are here and we are hungry. But they didn't even see at them, they neglected them. So the cowherd boys went back to Krishna and Balram and told them the situation. Krishna and Balram told them that go to their wives. So they went to their wives and told them how they are hungry, and Krishna Balram are there, they are also hungry. Immediately, they, whatever they had, they started giving to them without any delay, without any. Although their husbands, who were like scholarly, they had like all Vedic knowledge and busy in performing sacrifices. But what Krishna says, the purpose of doing the studying the Vedas is to know me. So they were not able to understand, but the Brahmana's wife, because they had devotion, they were able to understand, and they immediately offered whatever they had at home to Krishna and Balram. So, for understanding Krishna, love and devotion, and how is very important. Just by mere scholarly studies, like we see, there are many people who say, like, advertise that, oh, this person knows all Bhagavad Gita by heart, and they will recite all the shlokas. Do they understand Krishna who is? Do they understand Krishna as told to us by Shastras, Bhagavad Gita, Krishna himself? No. They have just memorized all the verses. So just the memorization is good, but When there is no love and devotion, we cannot understand the Krishna, especially his pastimes. Srimad Bhagavatam is full of pastimes of Krishna and his devotees. And to understand those pastimes, we need to study them with some devotees in devotee association. And when we study them in devotee association, our faith increases. That helps us. When we study with the association in Sangha, that faith increases. And when the faith increases, the love and devotion increases, and then we're able to relish those pastimes. Otherwise, we'll keep questioning why Krishna did this, why Krishna did that. That questions will also be always be there, and we see like mundane people, they come and ask this type of questions. So here we see how Krishna expanded himself into so many forms and married each and every princess separately, simultaneously, and he was separately present with them, all of them, and he was present with them in all palaces. He made palaces for everyone by his internal potency and expanded by internal potency, and he was there with each and every prince queen all the time. It's not that one queen has to wait so many days when my turn will come. It was not like that. And when and he married them, and with each of them he got 10 sons with each queen. So 16,108 times 10. That many sons he got in his family. And all his sons had qualities like him. They were also not like ordinary personalities. They were having qualities of their father. They got quality of their father. Srimad Bhagavatam, like the 9th verse that we read, he said, Dash, Dash, 10 sons he got from each queen. And they also had qualities of like Krishna. So we see here, like in summarized way, I will just summarize this, how we can understand Krishna's pastime only through bhakti. And so many pastimes we are reading in Srimad Bhagavatam and will continue to read in coming classes. But to understand them, to relish them, only love and devotion, the love and devotion is very important. Only by love and devotion, we can relish those pastimes, when we can understand this pastime, because Krishna will himself reveal, give us realizations. Otherwise, without love and devotion, there is no way. Yeah. We can rather commit some problems. We can have some problems because we'll be doing aparadh. So it's very important. So we should be in constant association of devotees so that our faith increases and love and devotion increases. Many verses in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is himself referring with love and devotion. Offer me patram pushpam phalam toyam with love and devotion. Love and devotion is very important factor in our devotional life. So to understand these pastimes, what we are discussing now every day in morning classes, Srimad Bhagavatam, we should try to develop more and more faith among the association of devotees, and our love and devotion also increases. And we should pray to Krishna every single day that please help us, because we are in constantly in Maya, and only this is the savior. Love, the association of devotees, Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, this is our savior. So we should constantly pray to Krishna so that we can relish his pastimes and achieve the ultimate of goal of our life, which is Krishna Prema. Thank you. Hare Krishna. And I will stop now. And if anyone has any corrections, any comments, any questions, you can please go. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mother Revati. Thank you so much for a nice class. It's great to see you here in the morning on these classes. I really appreciated the point you were making about, Krishna. He had a relationship with all these 16,108 princesses and made them as queens. But he also has a relationship with all of us as well. And sometimes we think like this can't be possible, right? There's so many living entities. Every blade of grass is a living entity. Every human being, every cat, every dog, every fish. Every tree, and to think that Krishna also has a personal relationship with me, and each and every one of us. To remember that, I think is a very, very important thing. It can be, otherwise we can fall into impersonalism, and think, okay, well, I'm praying, but maybe Krishna is really not hearing my prayer, or maybe what's the purpose of praying? What's the purpose of doing devotional service? Will Krishna ever really know? So anyway, that was a thank you for speaking about that today. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, thank you, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu, for sharing your comment here. Hare Krishna. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Mataji. That this is important for Sadhu Sangha. Means we have this association, devotee association. See, this I always thank to this morning class. Like you said, one sloka we read for morning, and then one sloka we understand what is that, what is it about. So those things very important. It's only one sloka, but it's very important to know. And it's in the morning, first thing starts the day. That is very helpful for we do. If you go to office, if you go anything, any work we do, that helps a lot.
Yes.
So I always thank to this association, this class.
Yes.
And then thanks to the Zoom, we can see and we can enjoy that. So that is really, really amazing. That is Krishna's mercy only.
Yeah.
I always think.
Yeah.
So thank you very much for nice class.
So this COVID came and so many bad things happened. We lost so many people and so many other things happened. But one good thing that we got were Zoom calls.
Yeah.
That
That
only
is Krishna's
started.
mercy only.
Yeah. So one thing that I can see that came out is the Zoom calls. And so many calls we can attend. Like sometimes we're not able to travel here and there.
Uh-huh.
Because of family things or some things. Yeah. Some people have job restrictions or family things. So many things. But these calls are giving us so much of association while sitting at home.
Yes, sir.
Right. So someone say, okay, I don't have any association. Yes, we can have association anyway, any part of the world. No matter wherever you are.
That's true.
Doesn't matter in which part of the world you are sitting.
Yeah.
These Zoom calls and these calls can give us association at all times. So even I'm thankful. I learned so much learned so much means like so many things I learned with these Zoom calls.
That's true.
I'm also thankful. Like you are, I'm also thankful.
And then recently, some devotee said, and I'm joining a class, where the class is in London. From London, with 5 people, I attend some Ramayanam class.
Mm-hmm.
So I just, attend like that with devotees. Suddenly some devotee told me, and but from here to London, I'm listening to the class. So that is really, really amazing. That's Krishna's mercy.
Yes.
Otherwise, we always say, I have this work, I have that work, I cannot do. But, while working also, you can keep this one aside and you can listen to this.
Yes.
So that's very important. Thank you very much for nice
class. Thank you, Mataji. We are very inspired to see you every day, every morning. You are an inspiration. You're an inspiration, actually.
I don't know.
I'm not here all the time.
For me, this is an inspiration.
Yeah. Sometimes I just see on the YouTube because morning I'm not able to attend because of the family reasons. But you're an inspiration. You're here all the time. So we are very much inspired by you.
That is Krishna's mercy. He gives me. Yeah. At this age, I want to be like that only. Nothing else I do. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Anyone else has anything for today? Like any comment or corrections? Anything?
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Yeah. Hare Krishna, Suman Mataji.
Thank you very much for your very wonderful class. You made so many good points and nice pastimes. And I also liked when you said that it's not enough when we know about Veda, so we have to apply also, we have to follow it.
Yes.
So that's an important point.
Just
Mm.
theoretical knowledge is not enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Practical application is very important.
Yeah.
Everyone can say we are not this body, we are soul. But yeah, we all time say it, we are not this body, we are soul. But practical application, when the situations come in our life and when we have to use that theory in our lives, that is the main part. And there we struggle. And that's why we have devotees, who help us to apply those things in our practical lives also. Sometimes I feel I struggle with the application, but with the devotee association, I talk to devotees and we discuss with devotees also. And then that helps us applying those things in our practical lives. So theoretical knowledge is good, but practical
Practical also.
application is that is
Yeah.
needed. Yeah.
And
That is
we
very
have
important.
opportunity to apply it in the Kali Yuga. We've
Yeah.
been surrounded by people, so we have the opportunity to apply. And thank you very much, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Yeah, thank you for your
Hare Krishna.
association. Yeah, you're also here every morning, so thank you for your association every day. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. So if there is nothing, I think we can end the call.
Thank you so much, Mataji.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Dronacharya Prabhu, are there any announcements or should we end?
No announcements today.
Okay. So Hare Krishna. Thank you all for joining. Have a Krishna conscious day and we'll join again tomorrow for the tomorrow's class. Hare Krishna.
Vanchakalpatarubhyascha
Vacha Kripa
Vasindobhyeva cha patitanam pavanebhyo
Vaishnava
Vaishnavebhyo
Namo
namo
Namah.
namaha.
Thank you, Mataji.
Anant Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki